Oh crap, is it actually working? Is it actually working? Ooh, why do my hands look so dirty? They're not that dirty. Okay, so I guess it is working. Wow, it's working. Okay. Hello. Hopefully it's okay. I'm on yay for unlimited data. Now that I know it works, I need to find a thing to prop my phone onto. So, hold on. You guys are gonna look at my fan while I quickly try to find a, like, cup to put my phone on. Or, yeah. Because I just wanted to test this, see if it worked. So, give me 1 second, guys, while you hear me rummage through crap. Oh, no. Stay this way. Come on. Yes, I know. It needs to be locked, I know. Okay, let me try to find a thingy I can put on my phone to help this. Alright, I think this might work. This might work. Let's see if it'll work. Kind of, hopefully. Don't die. Okay, switch case, go over there. Yes, I know it's blocked. Okay. This kind of works. No, not really. Darn. Let's see. I have to find a way. I know it's locked. That's fine. Please stop that. I want to see it so I can read things. Okay, come on. I know the orientation's locked. Jesus Christ. Because I want to still be able to look at the chat. Maybe I can I do it this way? Okay, I figured out a way to do it. I just need to get my charging brick now. So that way my phone doesn't die. Where's my charging brick? Oh, it's right here. See, I was kind of smart. Sort of smart. Okay. Okay, now you're all good, right? You should be charging. I wish there was a way to check. Hi, thank you. I'm happy you love my videos. Okay. I know, look at my beautiful feet. And can I move this any closer? So, I guess I can't. I'll have to work on this side, I guess. Oh, well, that's fine. Sorry, Lance. I'll have to work on you later. Okay. Crap, are we back? We're back? Are we back? No, stay. Stay. Phone, stop it. Hey, it's not the best thing in the world, but you know, I don't have a cool setup. Because currently this is the only table we own. Yeah, this is the only table we own. My desk is supposed to come here on the 10th. And that's kind of it. We have like no supplies for a lot of our stuff. Which sucks, because like we thought we were so prepared for this. We're like, yeah. And then we go through all this, and then we're like, we have nowhere to put our stuff until we can get to like bookcases and junk. Like, technically, this isn't even my sketchbook I was working in, but it's the only sketchbook I could find. So, alright, let's see. What to doodle? It sounds bad, but, like, I'm, like, so exhausted today. I'm so tired, and there's not much I can do until Cody gets home anyway, so I'm sitting here like, I should draw. And then I'm like, I wonder if I can stream, because, like, for some reason our apartment's touch and go. Like, sometimes I'll have, like, it'll be so dead I can't even load, like, text messages. And then other moments it's like this, where I'm fine. So, our internet gets turned on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, which is good. So, it's the thing. It's, like, such a first world problem, but it's a thing. But, yeah, we're moved. We're moved, guys. And, I've had a couple people ask. I'm gonna make an official video on it once we're more settled in. But, I've had people ask like what our wedding registry is and stuff like that. If you guys want, I have an Amazon wish list full of like house stuff and items that we could use. It's in the description. Again, in no way does anybody have to get anything, but I've had people ask if they could get something for our wedding or for our apartment or whatever, or just help us out. And the link should be in the description. Same with my my PayPal donate. Right, who was I gonna do? Who was I gonna do? I think I was gonna do Thea. I was doing some Ticks and Turns characters, which you guys know like nothing about because I haven't talked about it. Like this is all Ticks and Turns notes I was working on last night. It's so nice though. It's so nice with everything going on right now that like Cody and I were both talking about how for the first time in like 4 years we both felt safe sleeping, which is really depressing when you think about it, but it's so true. With everything we've gone through this just the past 4 years, it's been hell. And so then like this has been, and it sucks because I don't want to get like all depressing and everything on here, but we were talking about that where like there are so many things that like we've had anxieties over and we've been paranoid over, both me and Cody, because of just everything we had gone through. To where like it's like laughable but also really sad. Because like a good example is being super paranoid about locking everything. Like I swear to God, I kid you guys not, I would have full on like anxiety attacks whenever I would leave the house, either house, because I would be like hyper paranoid about locking the door. To where I remember it would annoy some of my friends, but like, and then I think about it being here. We've only been here, 3 days, I think. This is the 3rd day. Yeah, we've only been here 3 days. This is the 3rd day, and it's been like amazing because it's like, oh, we can just lock the door and leave. We don't have to worry about coming home and there's people in our house, or there's random animals, or there's random packages like in our house, you know? And I'm super happy because we're not on a ground floor. We're not a top level, but we're not a ground floor. And we're in a gated apartment complex, which is also really great. And it's so sad. I'm trying not to be sad here because I'm really fucking happy. I'm really fucking happy. But it's like we're so grateful that this complex, our apartment, has so much shit you have to go through just to get into the complex. And not in the like the YouTube lying way. Like, because there's a lot of YouTubers out there who are really big, who are like, yeah, it's, you know, there's a security guard, and there's a gate, and there's a key, and there's a this, and you can only get in with this. And, like, half the time they're lying. Because you see people, like, debunk it when they, like, their ex-managers go to their apartment complex. Like, none of this stuff was real. But then we're here, and like, our apartment manager was very strict. Like, do not make copies of your keys. Do not give out the gate code. All the important carriers and shipping people have the gate code. You can't, if you lose your gate key, like, because we have a little clicking thing to help us get the gate out because our cars are locked in, which is good, you know. And they're like, it'll be $100, and, you know, and it's all this extra stuff that a lot of people I've talked to are like, that's a lot of rules. Like, that's terrible. And Cody and I are like, no, that's fucking great. That's fucking great. Because that means that now we don't have to worry about this shit. We don't have to worry about, you know, first time attending stream. I love your videos, and I'm so happy you have your own apartment now. Thank you. Those rules sound all good. No, I know. They're all great. They're all great. I am so Oh, happy. And it's like such a quiet complex. Who is your favorite character to draw from both your main stories, Ticks and Turns? Well, Tetsu is clearly one of my favorites because I draw her all the fucking time. But for Ticks and Turns, this sounds so bad because this character's just mentioned in the first book. She doesn't even show up in like, you know, they don't meet her in Ticks and Turns. But her name's Dove Erickson, and I love her. Cause with Ticks and Turns, it's not like quick tangent since I was going on the apartment thing. Quick tangent on my stories. Ticks and Turns, the first one's a one-off, but I have other stories in that universe I would like to work with in the future. So, like, okay, here, like, I'll just draw out a quick little diagram so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, we have Ticks and Turns, right? So, Ticks and Turns, we'll just do T, and T. So, yeah, we'll do T and T. Also, I just realized you can see my ghost white legs. I am going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I noticed I saw like the reflection. I wasn't naked. Don't worry, I wasn't naked or anything. I was in my underwear. But I was like, oh my god, you can like see my ghosty pale legs. So sorry about that. What was I saying? Yeah, so Ticks and Turns is just one story, and it's Lance's and Thea's story, which are like these two little notes right here. You know? But in that whole universe, in the whole like world, because it's an alternate universe, Earth, you know, there's their story, there's Damien's, oh shit, not B. There's Damien's, there's Abby's, and then there's Dove's. And theirs is all one as well. And it doesn't really connect to this one at all. They like, this one would be really big if I did this one. This one would be like, they end up meeting Lance and Thea, but they meet them. It's not like the stories are interconnected. It's like Lance and Thea's story is done, and then they end up kind of meeting them at the end somewhat. And it doesn't really lead into like a bigger plot. It's just like they meet and they kind of become friends. And so that would be like the second one. And that's all I have planned out for Ticks and Turns. But since like they're not connected, yeah, they meet, but they're not connected, there can be like a gap between them. Because like when most people, when they do a series, they usually like it like, you know, boom, then boom, then boom, then boom. And like usually like a year apart from each of them. And so that's like what Marked is. Marked is like that. Because Marked is a bunch of stories that are connected to each other that are talking about one end game. I'll just put like E here for like end. You know? While Ticks and Turns, again, like I said, same universe, but not really like, they're not like connected to a deeper overarching story, while Marked is. So because of that, I would love to do Damien, Abby's, and Dove's story, but that's like way on the back burner because I have ticks and turns that I need to finish this year. I'm almost done writing it. I've kind of taken this month off with everything else going on, and then I'm gonna finish it in November. My plan is to have it finished early November, and then use NaNoWriMo to type it up. And then when I type it up, I'm gonna zip it to my editor. And then when I zip it to my editor, by then I should also have money to pay for the copyright on the logo. Because I commissioned my friend to do the logo for Ticks and Turns because she's amazing. And I didn't have the money to pay her right away. And you pay good people. Like, she's already showed me the logo. And she knows I'm having, like, some issues right now with, you know, wedding and move and everything else going on. So she was like, all right, I'll give you the high-res file when you pay me. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, girl. Because she's the same person that did my tattoo. She designed my tattoo, I should say. She didn't actually, like, stab my skin with the needle. How's your day so far? It's good. I'm a little irritated because I was supposed to have a package come today for the wedding. And Amazon was like, oh, we couldn't get in your gate. And so I, like, contacted my apartment manager, and she's like, no, they have the key. All important delivery people have the gate key. And she's like, they just do that sometimes when they don't want to deliver to the complex. And I'm like, oh, that's lovely. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. But call them back. They have it. She's like, I literally got an Amazon order today. So they have the key. They just did not want to enter it. Because it is kind of a pain to get into the complex. But again, we're paying for that. So we're okay with it being a pain. I would rather it be a pain than people just waltz on in. Let's see, hold on. How is your stress level with life? I have a lot of health problems, including knee issues, which I apparently have in common with Zodiac. How are you doing? I'm still very stressed out. Very, very, very stressed out. But other than that, I'm okay. I'm okay. A lot of my stress is gone now. Now I'm just stressing out about my own shit. Because of our old situation, I had to stress out about, like, everybody else's issues, and that can be so emotionally taxing as well. Not enough people talk about it. Oh, and someone asked about vlogs. I've been vlogging here and there, but honestly, it's gonna go. Sorry, peach tea. Best shit in the universe. I rebranded our Let's Play channel to be a vlog channel, so that's where the vlogs are going to be from now on. And I'm not going to be daily vlogging. Honestly, I'm probably going to do what my friend Holly does, and I'm going to vlog when I can vlog. And when I can't vlog, I'm not going to, like, stress out about it. Because my life is very, very hectic right now, and I can't do vlogs every day of the week. So I'm probably going to do, like, a weird fusion of what I normally do, where I do, like, a whole vlog week if I vlog that week, and then I'll edit it, and then I'll upload it onto the vlog channel that way. But it's also, again, not going to be, like, a guaranteed, like, every week you get a video, because the closer and closer we get to the wedding, the closer that I'm probably not going to vlog, because I'm just not going to have any time. Also, I have to invest in those, like, soundproofing, like, foam board things. Because my window's only cracked open right now. And, hold on, I hate saying I understand, but I've been in a simulation for 6 years. So I've been thinking about you. Do you get any health, do you get any health issues like stress headaches? Oh, yeah, I would get stress headaches and stress migraines all the fucking time. Hey, Noel, or Nola? Hard to read right now. But yeah, no, I would get stress headaches, I would get stress migraines, I would vomit, I would not sleep. That's actually a really big reason why my sleep schedule was so fucked at the old place where I was living. And it's because, like, bottom line is I was terrified. So was Cody. Because I cannot tell you guys how many times we would wake up. We would just wake up, and there would be a stranger in the house and acting like it was nothing. But if we wanted to have a friend spend the night, we'd have to like go through all these hoops. We'd have to ask all this permission, and then if the certain person there was in a bad mood, it wouldn't happen. But we would never get the same respect, even though we paid rent and we did other things, and it was not a good environment. It really wasn't. And what really sucks about it too is like it was one of those like beggars can't be choosers kind of deal. Like a lot of people were like, well, just leave. It's easy. And we're like, no, it's not easy. I mean, perfect example is getting this place. The only reason we were able to get this place was because Cody got a new job far away, so we had to look for a place out here. And honest to God, this apartment was like made for us, because here's how weird it was, right? I'm not going to say where it is, obviously. But Cody was driving because another apartment we were looking into scammed us again. I could probably make a whole video about fucking that. They didn't take our, well, I mean, they took our application fee money, because, you know, that's a thing. That still pisses me off. But like, they would lie on the websites and, like, you know, all of the, like, Apartment Hunters, Zillow, Hot Pads, and I'm not blaming the website, but the people would fucking lie. They would lie on the contracts and all that other stuff. And then we'd get there, and it would be like, oh, yeah, we know the rent would be X, but it's actually going to be Y, and all this other BS. And so Cody was actually driving home from another shitty apartment, and we don't know what we were going to do. And right when he was driving away, he saw that this apartment complex, the apartment manager, was putting a, an open rent sign. And so he fucking, like, from what he told me, he barreled back in, ran in, and he got in before the apartment was even listed online, which is why we got it, and we were able to get it so fast. It was literally from sheer happenstance that Cody drove by, saw the apartment manager setting out a sign, and oh, I'm sorry. I had a random person mistake my room for my cousin's, and I am once again in a situation in which I have no choice. How do you deal with your depression and all things? So when I deal with depression, so a lot of people have depression nowadays. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, it's a lot more commonplace now than it used to be. Also, it is genetic. That is a big thing. Some people don't like hearing that, but like, if your family is prone to depression, then chances are, these roses look ugly. Oh well, whatever. It's a sketchbook. If you have family members that are prone to depression, you're more likely to be prone to depression. It's just like if you come from a family of alcoholics, you're more likely to be an alcoholic than like a non-alcoholic kind of thing. But what I would do when I was depressed and stressed out was I would just throw myself in my work, and I wouldn't do anything else. I would literally, I would sleep, I would eat, and then I would work, and that was it. I did nothing else. I didn't hang out with friends. I didn't go out to parties. I didn't get nice things. I literally just focused on my work. And that's not a good thing. You need to break away from things. You need this. It's why I had so many bad instances of burnout and like wrist issues. I have a lot of wrist issues because I would be that person, and I don't condone it. It's not good. Don't like be like, oh, that's great. Where I would end up working like 12 hours a day. And I literally had to make alarms on my phone to remind me to eat, because I would be so stressed out and so depressed and so bleh that I would literally forget to eat until it was to the point where I came with like a migraine, and then I would be in terrible pain and I would hate myself. So it is really, really hard. It is extremely hard. And getting out, especially in California, is really hard. Oh, fuck, Kai, how's your hair? Oh. Okay, hold on. I might have to end this. I don't want to end the stream, but I have to look up a reference really quick. So hopefully it doesn't completely cut out. I will be right back, I promise. Right back. Am I back? Am I back? Are we good? Am I back? Okay, good. Okay, good. I had to take a really quick look. I hope I kind of get this right. I'm doing it from memory. Again, first world problems. Not having internet. That's right, because she has like... That's right, she has like Siren segmented, but it's like Kai's curly. So I just need to segment the hair. That'll be easier. Segment the hair, then go curly. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy you guys think the drawing's adorable. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, 140 people are here. Damn. Hi, guys. Yeah, no. Seriously, don't get... She needs mods in other streams, Pyth. I know, I need so many fucking mods. Wait, is Pyth here? Where's Pyth? Wait, Pyth, let me make you a mod. Hold on. Add mod. There we go. Yeah, I need mods for this, because especially since I'm on mobile, it's really hard. And at least I trust my mods. They don't go mad with power. It's just like, if you see an asshole, put them in timeout, give them a warning after the timeout, because they can still see the chat. And then if they do it again, then you ban them. Ugh. Congrats on your promotion. Yeah. Pyth has been one of my, like, top-tier patrons for a long time, though. So, like, same with Sky and Rosie and everything else. So that's why I'm sitting here like, yeah, see, this is people I can trust. They pay me. They help me with my rent. I'm not getting this hair right. Oh, well, that's what the beauty of sketchbooks for. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how your hair is coming out right now, Kai. I'll probably redo this digitally and it'll look a lot better because I'll actually have a reference of what you look like. Let's see. I'm having trouble drawing lately, and I only seem to be able to draw when listening to watching to streams. How do you draw regularly before it became your job and a way of income? It was my only hobby. Like, I literally didn't do anything else. I just drew. I didn't play games. I didn't read books. I didn't go to movies. I didn't watch shows. I literally, what the fuck am I even doing with this hair? It looks like she's got like a really bad crinkle job. What did I do? It's not how it's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be cute and wild. I'm sorry, Kai. I'm sorry, Kai, too. I've ruined you. Yeah, okay, I'm not liking this anymore. I'm gonna leave it. So I don't ruin it more. But as for drawing all the time, yeah, it was literally my only hobby. So that's why I tell people, if you want this to be your job, you need other hobbies. You need other hobbies. You need something like that doesn't really involve your hands as much, because you're doing a lot of this, and that's bad on your wrist, just constantly doing this kind of stuff. That's why, like, you're supposed to draw with your whole hand and everything. But, oh, yeah, see, stress? Look how tiny and broken my nails have gotten. But you need other hobbies. You seriously do. I remember back in high school, I was in high school and I was working all the time. Not like actually like working a job, but I had fallen so far behind that my school day was probably at least 12 hours, because I had my normal school, but then I also had online school, and then I had ROP. So my school day wouldn't end until like 9 o'clock at night for the most part. And so because all I was doing was trying to graduate and I wasn't doing anything else, I only had time to draw. That was it. I would draw in between the instances of doing schoolworks and stuff. I remember that's why when I graduated high school, because I got my diploma, bitch, I did it, I got it. When I did that, it was easier for me to, well, it wasn't easier. I was very like conflicted because I had been used to like having that such hectic schedule that when I was like, what do I do with my life now? And then my friend's mom got me my teacher's aide job. And so I was doing that, and that was a full-time job. And so then I would draw in between a full-time teaching job, which I know people don't consider teacher's aide a teaching job, but you know what? Fuck it. I considered it a teaching job. I was there just as long as the teachers were. I did lessons plans. I did, what are they called? IEPs. Well, I didn't like actually fill it out. I had to organize the IEPs, but still counts. I had to do a lot of stuff. I had to do the parent-teacher meetings. I had to talk to counselors. I had to do all that junk. So then when I was done with that, in my off time, I would draw, and I was doing commissions. And I was getting, like, I barely got any commissions. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand, is they hear that I do commissions, and then they're like, oh my God, you've always said, no. There were some months where I literally had one commission for the entire month, and my prices were so low, it couldn't even put gas in my car. Because again, art is a luxury. I think I'm just going to doodle some shapes right now, just to get my hand going. And so it was while I was being a teacher's aide that I actually, hold on, wait. What had happened was I was trying to get into school while I was being a teacher's aide, and I was having such a rough time getting into college because, again, I fucked around when I should have been just doing my damn work. And so because of that, what ended up happening was I could barely get any classes. I could only go part-time, and my parents were paying for it because at the time, I believe, okay, I don't want to misquote this, but I believe it was the DREAM Act, where if you were an illegal immigrant or if your parents brought you over here illegally, you would get free college. I forget which one it's called. I believe it was the DREAM Act. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was the DREAM Act. Because of that, then, a lot of colleges became overcrowded because now there were a bunch of people who weren't paying for school that got into school for free. And before anybody says anything, there were a lot of people who did abuse the shit out of that system. I remember because I went to school with a lot of them. Because if you were a dreamer, at least at the school I went to, you only had to keep a D average and the government would pay you to go to school. So I knew people who would take really stupid classes. They would get a D average, they would take one class, and then they would get thousands of dollars from the government where they're like, yeah, I don't have to work now. All I have to do is go to college and take a spot from someone who actually wants to be here, and then the government pays me, and I can now afford my house and my car. And they would get, things. They would get, like, big-ass grants because of this act and everything. And so I know this wasn't everywhere, and, like, in a lot of other states it helped a shit ton of people, but out in California it fucked over way more people than it helped. And then, so it was really hard getting classes, and it really was disheartening with me being there and being like, yeah, I want to be a teacher. I want to go to school. I want to do all this stuff. And I couldn't get classes. And it wasn't just me, like all of my friends at the same time who were going there. Oh, someone's car went off. Was like, oh my God, someone get your car. Yeah, there we go. And so what ended up happening was it was such a pain because of all that stupid stuff. And it was really, really, yeah, I couldn't afford college. Yeah, I couldn't either. I could, because it was all out of my, because another thing too is because of that, And I think this is fucking racist, but whatever, it can't, I guess not. So I had friends who got grants and scholarships and money just because of their race. Like nothing else. They had terrible grades, they had terrible attendance, and then they were like, yeah, isn't it great because I'm like 1/4 of this one really, really, really rare nationality. Now the government's giving me $10,000 to go to school. And we're just like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. What? And so I couldn't get any grants. I couldn't. And then it also went off of my parents' income. Now, my parents were also self-employed. A lot of people don't understand that. So when you're self-employed and you pay taxes like a good citizen, you know, pretty much whenever your income is, you have to pretty much, you know, subtract it by like a third or even a fourth, you know, a fourth if you're lucky, where, you know, you use for tax reasons because you want to pay your pay your taxes. So FAFSA saw that and was like, oh no, your parents make X amount in a year. You don't need grant money. So I moral of that story was I couldn't get any grants. So it was all out of pocket. It was all, and my parents really, really wanted me to get an education because they never had one, like a formal education like that, you know? And I learned my lesson, and I was actually doing pretty good in college too. I was very happy with myself because I'm like, this is the first time in my life I have good grades. This has never happened. Like, I actually tried because I learned my lesson from being a little shit in high school. But it was the combination of everything, and then the school pretty much changing their academic probation thing while I was doing academic probation because since I was going part-time, what had happened was my school didn't tell me because I was going part-time, I would be put in a system where my part-time classes would count for full-time classes. So, okay, we'll put into an example here. One example, this is exactly how it worked, was, so a full course load, I believe back then was like 30 or 40 units. I'm not sure now for a semester. I could barely, with the date I was given and my finances, get like 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 3 classes, which would equal out to maybe 15 or 20, maybe if I was lucky, units. Now, if I get an A in 2 of those classes, but a D in another one of those classes, my whole grade point average drastically drops, even though I have more higher grades than lower grades, because I have less classes for it to go off of. They didn't tell me that when I fucking applied there, which was really irritating. And so I ended up in the, I believe I went there for 4 years. I believe, because it was so hard to get in. And in the 4 years I was there, I took a total of maybe 8 classes. Yeah, that sounds about right. I only dropped out of those 8, 2. And even though I had A's and B's and high B's in all my other classes, I remember I had finished one class and I got like a thing in the mail being like, oh yeah, your registration date is being held because you're on academic probation. And I talked to a counselor. I'm like, wait, how do I have an academic probation? Almost all of my grades are really good. And she's like, oh, well, it's because you dropped 2 of those classes. I've heard you should. And so I was like, so because I dropped 2 classes in all my other good classes, now I'm on academic probation. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would that be a thing? And she's like, well, no, that's just how it works. Because since you're part-time, you're held to a higher standard than full-time students. Now, had I been told that, I wouldn't have dropped out of those classes. Because I talked about it in my, like, why I dropped out of college kind of video thing. You know, it was that stupid how to get a job class over that $80 pull-out booklet when I did the stupid work. And shit, I believe the other one was like an actual class that I actually did fail because I wasn't good at it. No, I didn't even fail. What am I doing? I didn't fail. I got a D in it because I just wasn't a good test taker. See? So, like, I didn't even really fail it, but whatever. And so I was put into academic probation, which was a class I had to pay for. I had to pay this class. I had to pay for the class. I would not get any credits. I would not get anything else. And I would get my date back the following year. So just to apply to classes, I had to pay for this stupid throwaway class. And in that stupid throwaway class, that was when I learned things like, oh yeah, your family member is dying in the hospital. Psh, that don't matter. You need to do your schoolwork. Oh, you're gonna be homeless, and you need a job to pay rent. Oh, psh, no, that doesn't matter. School matters. I remember this, like, one lady in my class. Oh my god, I still felt so terrible for this woman. She, like, had just become a mom, and I remember we were learning about that, and she's like, so are you saying if my newborn baby is in the hospital, but my final is also due that day, that I should not go to the hospital and see my baby? And the professor was like, yeah, because college is the most important thing in the universe. Because without college, you can't do anything with your life. Yeah, you gotta let your kid die. Because college is where it's at. See, I'm getting a little better with these ribbons. So you have to pay to apply to college? Some you do. Yeah, some you have to pay. So, I know, right? Now, I'm not saying college... And here's the funny thing. People think when they hear all this stuff that I hate college. I don't hate college. I am super pro-college. But I am only pro-college if you want to go to college. And by that I mean you want to, you're not being forced to, or you don't think you need to. Because I had this one really great professor, and I loved her, and she's the reason I'm doing what I am now. She told us in the first day, and I believe I told this story in my video, she's like, okay, how many of you guys feel like you need to be here? And the whole class raised their hand. And she's like, okay, now how many of you actually want to be here? And like half the students raised their hand. She's like, okay, all of you who didn't raise your hand, you're not going to do well in college because you don't want to be here. You need to want to go to school, not feel like you need school. You need to want to go. And if you want to go, I feel like you should wholeheartedly do it. But if you're being forced into it, because I had friends like that, where their parents were like, yeah, you go to college and you go into debt, because